I'm Tro, and yeah, I'm on my main right now. I've been fantasizing about Lava RC a lot lately. And I finally gave in to the urges to do it. I'm making this video because what those urges come from, I think is interesting enough to talk about. There's a wide variety of skills and ways to train them in RS. Which skills people choose to level and the methods they use to do so varies greatly on their own personal motivations. For example, maxing, earning GP, bragging rights, etc. Personally, the biggest motivator for me is what I'm going to call flow activities. These are typically high-focused training methods where every tick counts towards its overall efficiency, such as 3-tick mining, 3-tick fishing, 1.5-tick woodcutting, which is new, Lava RC, but flow activities are not limited to high APM methods only. Acid Soul, for example, is the first person I've heard coin the phrase flow in regards to RuneScape. And one of his flow activities he took to 200 mil XP was agility. It may not be high APM, but it's comprised of a repetitive chain of actions that can definitely get you caught in a rhythm. Said rhythm can be flow state inducing, where your mind reaches a state of contentness and all things aside from the present cease to matter, lending to a peaceful conscience. Or, depending on the day, if you can't find rhythm in the repetition, you can simply be sent into a state of extreme boredom, frustration, and find yourself looking for any reason, big or small, to start doing something else. Anything else, really. Each of these states of mind rests on one side of a coin, and any given day, unless you're the Zen master with absolute control of their mind, you flip the coin when you start a flow activity, uncertain of which mindset it will land on, flow state or boredom and insanity. This is the part that keeps me coming back for more though. On a day where the coin toss has me feeling like I want to quit, that's when the challenge begins. Coaxing my mind from boredom and frustration to a state of flow-induced peace hardly comes easy and requires a large amount of mental discipline just to muster up the resolve to keep pushing forward. Acid Soul referred to this as the uncomfort zone, a place where the mind instinctively tries to remove itself from the given situation. We encounter these uncomfort zones all the time in real life, such as at a job interview for a new challenging job, or at a party where you haven't met many of the people there yet. Or a great example that I've given up on many times is asking someone I have a lot of interest in out on a date. I always let my anxiety build up and push me out of the situation, and I never experience it. Giving in to the mental weight of these uncomfort zones by giving up or avoiding the cause will only make us miss out on life experience, potentially great memories, or even make us miss out on making new friends. That said, I think this is a really good place to bring it all back around to why the fuck do I like Lava RC? Look, to put it simply, I don't like it all the time. Sometimes I even feel guilty for investing so much of my time into training a virtual skill. So this is where Lava RC kind of becomes an uncomfort zone for me, because my mind keeps looking for excuses to get me either off the game or at least to skill hop. And the challenge here is finding the flow in this activity that my brain is currently rejecting and trying to push me away from. Essentially, it feels like I'm training my brain to find positive in what is being conceptualized currently by my brain as a negative thing. If I'm getting clean laps, meaning I'm not misclicking, and I'm making good time and having a good XP per hour, and I have good music on or an interesting podcast, it normally doesn't take me too long before I begin losing track of time and start to become totally engulfed in my present moment activity. And in that case, that means that I have conquered that uncomfort zone. I've become comfortable in a place where my brain told me, dude, get the heck out of here. You can't spend any more time doing this. But I found comfort in that zone where my brain tried so hard to get me away from it. Now that's typically a day-by-day thing, and even on a day where I conquer my uncomfort zone, I can lapse right back into it. In short, I keep coming back to Lava RC because it creates a safe, controlled environment where I can learn to conquer the impulses generated by my subconscious. And in this case, the impulses are something along these lines. My brain says to me, yo, Tro, we've been doing this lava RC thing way too long now. We cannot put any more time. I'm not comfortable with this thing. I think this is a bad thing to be doing. And that's where the fun comes from, because now it's up to me to ignore these thoughts in my head and try and push them aside, because my brain has created this as a negative environment. And the challenge is trying to flip that negative environment into a positive thing. The positive is getting into that flow state where I'm content in my present moment and everything kind of ceases to exist around me except for what I'm doing and the music I'm listening to or the words that are being said on the podcast. Effectively, I'm building the skill to control and sway my feelings and attitude towards a given situation, even if my brain initially rejects that situation. I employ this skill daily in real life to keep a positive state of mind when things aren't going how I'd like them to. Some days I just wake up feeling down and negative. I don't even know why, so I employ this skill to try and change this negative mental state that I've woken up in to a positive one, because I don't have time to waste being negative and sad, and a lot of the time that stuff just multiplies. If I'm sad one day and I keep going down the sad rut and I get more sad and more sad, that's just how it goes. It just adds up. So I try and turn it around while I have the advantage. There's one thing I'd like for people to take away from this video. It would have to be that if you can control your thoughts, then you can control your subjective outlook on life. And in that case, just make it a positive one. Enjoy your life. It's the only one we get. So thanks for watching. If you're interested in looking further into the workings of our brain, I highly suggest checking out a neuroscientist named Sam Harris. One of his books named Waking Up really was what got me kind of thinking along the lines of controlling your thoughts and paying attention to how your mind works. In short, if you can control your thoughts, then you can control the quality of your life, because your brain determines your attitude towards all the things you do. So make that attitude good. If I didn't make a lot of sense, but it kind of sparked your interest, then definitely check out Sam Harris, because he will make sense. It was a super fun video to make, and the song I used in the intro was actually made by me, so that kind of added to the fun factor. Let me know what you thought of the first song in the comments, actually. I'd be interested to hear. And if anyone's interested, Chapter 4 of the Ultimate Iron Man Experience should be dropping soon. I made good progress on my con goal, and I promise this one won't be 25 minutes long. Promise. It's been fun. Bye-bye.
Yes, I would. If I could, I surely would.